Hello, Chatovela. Greetings. Sanwanani, Togozani, Khanya, Leleseti, Dumelang. Greetings over the diaspora to those that do not speak the languages that we speak. Welcome back, everybody. The Black Consciousness Gang, the Black Queer and Conscious, the Knowledge Seekers, Knowledge Collectors, Woke Gang, Anti-Woke, Spiritualists, I'm not religious, Chakra Hands, Energy Readers, Tarot Card Gang, Wake and Bake Gang. I keep forgetting you guys, Donors United. Welcome back. As long as we are all here sharing the love and light. So Koko Gang Bomakosi, as long as really more in love and light and we are loving each other, respecting each other. Thank you so much for the love that you guys have been showing me so far. Thank you so much for growing the space. Thank you so much to the people that are new here as well. Please start by subscribing if this is content that resonates with you. But if you are just chilling and browsing around, that is totally okay. But please give us a like, do something. But welcome back, everybody, to the final season, the final episode that we're going to be doing on our space here on the Tehuti principle. So we've done 2 episodes or 3 episodes so far, but I think in totality, D4, D5 more, right? Where we did a full episode on a live we had with Queen Ziggy Mazwai, and then we did our intro episode. And just for a recap, please just go see the things that align us with the season because we're still within the season. And this is just before now the retrograde that is coming. All right, so I think we've covered a couple of things so far, but for today I want us to touch on the stone. We didn't go into depth with the stone, and then just to unpack a little bit more on what do we mean like by Tehuti, how do we relate Tehuti or Djehuti to a Seshat, how do we relate this person to Ma'at? Oh my god, this whole confusion. So I hope like we've been pacing nicely and it's not information overload, because I know at times when you know something, you speak from a point of knowing and then you forget these are not common terms. But when I say tuwa, it's basically give high praises to everybody, to the principles or the energies that I'd be calling, right? So this is our 3rd season, the African calendar, or the Ntu calendar of Ntu, the Bantu calendar based on the southern hemisphere. It is quite hot right now, besides Bohop and their weather manipulations and all of that. But now we are deep within, and for some of us, sometimes it's misaligned a little bit. But December boss a couple of days ago, and so it's gonna be our final episode. The spirituality. But I'll see you guys again, Gary 21, and then Lady 23, and then we're gonna be spacing a little bit. I'm gonna be sharing. I'll share this though on an episode we're going to be doing after Reta, our unboxing. We're gonna, I'm just gonna do a little announcement and a couple of thank yous, for the space. But let us go quickly into this. So we spoke about the baboon and how the baboon reveres and venerates the sun before the sun rises. You know how normal animals or high vibrational animals or animals with high intelligence, how they do, where the sun is you welcome the sun and speak sacred things and be grateful and all of that before the sun rises. You welcome Urama said, you welcome Belingangi when it's dawn, when the sun starts, So we spoke about the baboon, we spoke about the cosmic resonance, we spoke about the principle Djehuti, we spoke about the function Djehuti, but as a little recap, we know Djehuti Arona is the god of wisdom, God of knowledge, God of communication, very vital. Communication, magic, art, the science, architecture, symbolism, sacred numbers, and all of that. So this is the God. And then I think we did touch a little bit on Imhotep, where Imhotep was an actual person and not the energy principles that we usually speak about. It was an actual person who also was Pefumlela, who Djehuti. That is why he was the ultimate genius and he was able to do all these amazing things, kill it in maths, in astrology, astronomy, get the right angles. And through the principle of Tehuti or Djehuti, that is how the pyramids were actually built as well. And then we did relate to him, but I don't think I went deep into it. But related to Djehuti, we did say Djehuti is also the guardian magic, and every time I say this, for me, it triggers Unom Kubulwane or Set, where we said, but this is Mudimu and she's magic, right? But this is the principle that enabled Mudimu, that enabled Oset, that enabled Isis and gave her the words to say, to invoke, and to be able to practice Heka, to invoke when remembering, which is a figurative image or whatever, where we are coming back to ourselves, which is what we're doing here, putting the pieces of yourself together where it is displayed nicely. Go the Lion King, the African creation story, what is displayed nicely. So when you think remember, these are members of your body. So your arms, this is that. This is the figurative explanation of now you are collecting, whereas bees are bringing yourself back to yourself, right? So do not Nyenyefata Oset, Oset is very vital, but Utehut or thought, as the Greeks would call him, was the one that enabled Nomkhubulwane to have the spoken word, to have the magic, to have the heka. And then also how we think Nomkhubulwane, oh my gosh, moon, right? Bad, okay, not bad, end. Yeah, end. Yeah, I can't remember the engineering side, but end. Yeah. So how I thought or Tehuti was in a gamble with the moon god Amuni and Babam Granta the extra 5 days. I think we did cover that in the last episode. But why we relate Tehuti or thought to the moon as well, besides the gambling part of it as well. So I want us to marry it how Tehuti would be a nice principle for you to be able to think what's this, the yin-yang effect, right? So as much as Ili moon god or the god of the moon or is a lunar deity, but also because of the occurrence and their presence now for creation, when creation started, So I know with the Trinity that we briefly spoke about, we mentioned Ma'at, right, as being part of the Holy Trinity, if we're not using God the Mother, God the Father, God the Son. But that spoken word, that a balance that was achieved, that, this needs to happen at the right time. This is because Ma'at is the consort to Djehuti. But now I want to bring another into it, right? So we have a goddess also, which is called Seshat. Seshat is the female aspect, thought, right? So, but in other texts and other scholars, they say, no, this is the consort. But because Rona, we are dealing with the actual principles and we're dealing with it on a solar calendar, we're not discarding Seshat, but I just want to bring Seshat a little bit because now we are in the principle area, communication and mental faculties, mind faculties, expanding your mind, divining and all of that. And we did unpack divining at the season Yama'at. But I want us now, how do we relate all these three gods and goddesses, right? So we have Seshat, which is now the female. So some texts want to describe her as the scribe, right? So how you would see her, unali like a Wi-Fi headgear kind of situation, right? Which now you see what I mean whenever I say Mahua have hidden secrets or the rulers of the world, these babies of ours, they know all these things, and I saw something interesting. I don't know if I said it here already, but something interesting was somebody was saying, don't think that South Park, oh my God, this is that. But these are people who are able to tap into knowledge at the 33-degree level of having, right? So it's not what, oh my God, South Park was predicting these things, but the masonry, have access to such a knowledge. And then we had Gogo Lefenze Matli, who had an amazing event, Mobani. Gogo Lefenze Matli, she explained the different levels, and we would get this information called black root signs. Black root signs. But so I'm gonna speak about the books as well when we're doing our little recap of our colonial year, and then also what Queen Lerato had asked to speak about the books that we are reading whenever we do these unpackings. So Shisha, would be one of the Wi-Fi sign, but then it would shape like cannabis, right? So for those of us, okay, not us, I'm a recreational user. So for those who have managed to use cannabis in a spiritual manner, right? Would maybe they would have more to share, but I'll share these for now. I've used it spiritually, but I'm a recreational stoner, if I have to say that. But I know also like the amazing ideas and amazing conversations that come from that, so these are the principles now that is related to the female Seshat, the one who's described as the scribe. So they would describe her in a similar manner to Tehuti, but this would be the goddess part of it. But now, which brings me back to the thing that I think I forget to say a lot. So in these principles and the mythologies and all of that, and in Egyptology or chematology, there's a principle of androgyny that is brought forth so much that we also miss it a lot, So that's why I always also want to reflect, don't discard. So if I'm saying Djehuti, I'm not going to discard my ma'at self, yeah, as well, So it brings that balance, where everything would boil down. Not that it's the absolute, right? Just as much as gray is a shade of black, is a shade of white. So it's not an absolute binary, but everything would stem from here. So that is why they would have the androgynous aspect of it. Ning Ning, they would say would have it's a god, Ning Ning, it's a goddess kind of situation. So this is the principle that is described with the female or the divine feminine part of it would be Seshat, and then the divine masculine of it would be the thought, would be Tehuti. And this is basically one principle, right? And then also Ma'at Warona, which is gonna be what we're gonna be unpacking here today. How we gonna see why is Ma'ati or Ma'at or that goddess of balance is linked to Djehuti or thought warona, right? Tiwa Mlomokazi, tiwa Mmuelli, tiwa Mokwati, tiwa Mongodi. Ish, my Sesothos are off. Tiwa Mlobikazi. So the great scribe. So yeah, when you see a word, yes, Seshat, or oh my God, but Ma'at is not the consort. No, Ma'at is the consort. Seshat is just the female, the feminine aspect to the masculine aspect. Yeah, this divine principle, communication, God of knowledge, God of this, God of that, God of that, God of that. Right. So let us go into. I want us to start our Agate stone, right? So let us start Agate stone, and as a little recap, remember this period is going to happen now from the 23rd of November up until the 23rd of December when Iba summer solstice, right? So I want us to go onto our Agate stone. So Agate stone, I think I did show it on the intro episode what they look like. So it's different shades of it. There's the blue, there's the this, there's the that, there's the that, but this principle ya rona ya Djehuti, when you read up on it as well, you would notice it's also a balancing principle, which is what the Agate stone also does. As much as it enhances your mental faculties, hold it in your hand, whatever hand. So for those who do energy work, yeah, they'll tell us which one is the receiving hand, which one is the giving hand, So I think receiving is the left, right? And then the giver is the right. So whatever it is that you are meditating on or working on, hold your stone there. You can have multiple stones as well. And then a stone that enhances other stones is the clear quartz. Very powerful stone. Also a bit on the expensive stones, because also power of marketing, guys. Besides the aspects, the stones and whatnot. So so the Agate stone, you can hold it go left or your right, depending on what work you're doing at that moment, but it enhances your mental faculties. It also provides a whole lot of mental clarity. It also provides it enhances your analytical abilities and perception, So that is why no, let me not make this bad example. All right. So that is what the Agate stone you're going to use it for, So we are developing our mental faculties or mind faculties in the season, Djehuti or Tehuti. That is what we are doing, right? So that is why also these principles or these things that will align to the principle we're speaking about, or the things, sorry, that align to the principle we're speaking about, would also have like a common theme around it, right? So an Agate stone is also a very powerful one, and you now be able to have like the nice resonance, because the nice resonance with the cosmos, because now you're tapping into the psychic, and when you're analyzing stuff as well, that is now you also using a spiritual mind as well as your physical mind on that, right? And then the other thing that I want us to speak about, we did speak about the Ibis, go our intro episode, how Leona, how it's perceived in a spiritual manner, the kind of bird it is, but the baboon we unpacked in the last episode that we did. And then I asked for the energy reader to speak with us, but they didn't. But so for white, in basic terms, white, like if you're using a white candle, give a general candle. Let me put it in that way, But this guy's senior, and have those who know more about it will speak about it. But not candle reading and all of that. It's something that I learned from a late aunt of mine. My first ever trance, that was the first person who came through me, right? And yeah, but before she passed, like I remember she had written down, or no, green care, this, that, and this is what in the 2000s, like early 2000s, right? And by then, sisalele thina abanye, right? Anyway, but with the color gray, like as a candle or as a frequency, as a vibrating thing, so that is also another restorative color, also a balancing color. So remember, I spoke a little bit now how yeah, we not everything is not absolute ones and zeros or absolute black and white. There is the in betweens, there is a zero point 0.1 or 0.00001. But I think we'll speak about this when we're doing the fun stuff. I think we're going to be addressing also the important stuff like Boma Gender, right? But yeah, we're going to, I know like a lot, swallow a lot, give this content because it is amazing. It's very exciting. I really love this content that we share here. But gray as a color is a balancing color, neutrality. It gives that sort of stability, which is what Tehuti also wants to do with that. So, as a recap as well, remember, Rise, the calendar inner is mainly based on the solar, the movement of the sun. So, as the sun moves into the Gemini house, so right now, let's say ele period of Sagittarius, right? But actually, if we're in resonance us as Africans, now we're in the house of Gemini. Remember, Gemini give the twins, which is another element now which shows the lovely aspect, the yin-yang. Those who are, I'll share a picture of yin-yang here for those who are not familiar. Yin-yang. Yeah, but it's also highly used in our Asian spiritual spaces. But you know how I always say, nothing else but African civilization. Yeah, everything does stem from us. But yeah, the sun moves now into the Gemini house, which is the twin effect air, which is now where the psychic world, the physical world, or the cosmic world and the physical world merge nicely. There's a nice network that connects nicely, but through the magic and healing magic as sound alchemy. So remember Djehuti as well, the mouthpiece. We spoke about this. Sorry, guys, I have to get on my mic now. So if you hear yeah, I'll try not tap on it. So sorry. But that yin yang effect that thing. And remember, we also spoke how Tehuti is the one go again, like the prosecutor, the counselor, the judge. So what judge or prosecutor as well at the same time. When we are speaking of the afterlife. Now we're transitioning from this life to that afterlife as well, right? So this is another God. So to not be confused, le our asa. So remember, thought came ka creation, or thought and ma'at came ka creation, thought ki another the architecture and whatnot, and then ma'at personified all of those things, So thought and Seshat, Baba personalized the architecture, the angles, the sacred magic of creation, So in other texts, I know other scholars would refer to Tehuti as the godless, the motherless god or something. So was created by the words of Ra, or was self-created. Other people say self-created. I love what Gogo Manzi also said in the comment section the other day, how, in the season, she said, oh, I absolutely love the season. So she's of Energy House Nude, but she said she loved the season because this is a season where like you literally have the spoken word, the power of spelling at your disposal, So you need to guard everything that you're saying with your mouth. You need to guard what it is you're manifesting with your mouth. You need to guard everything that you're writing, everything that you're intending. So remember, like our intro episode, really how as much as the function, Djehuti, it is also for divining. It is also for delivering messages, whether psychic or otherwise. But as much as I diviner with our tarot cards and our ditaulas and all of that, now we are wanting to enhance and grow and I'd have self-reliance, because remember I did say, I don't know if I spoke it here, but I did say Hori, through times and colonial effects and everything that we think of, capturing of a person, Laushasha Motu, as much as I like using this term, but at times it's been like a very painful thing when you are deceiving somebody, Lumbi, which is another synonym for, our lighter race who are so destructive. But anyway, Abelum. So when you're a trickster, you use the words, right? Sorry, I lost my train of thought now. Anyway, yeah, but divine, do we speak about divine? Yes, yeah, but we're wanting to enhance now the mental faculties without using the tools that are rona. But like I said in one episode, I said, Hore, like if you want to go for a reading, a floor X-ray reading, I think this would be a perfect time because now you're able to tap into cosmic memory, ancient memory, a lost knowledge. And I shared a little story of mine, Hore. It was at this exact time where I went to my grandparents' where they grew up in Limpos, right? Where they were born. So only to discover how I've known this family member for the longest and actually resided at my grandfather's birth home. And and I got there, this is the time where unconsciously, because I wasn't enlightened to resonating with nature and energy and all of that, but it was at this exact time mo kileng ka lo collecta our clan bars, direto tsa rona, ithakazelo, and I collected, and yeah, may his soul rest in peace. We say that, yeah, because she passed as a color. But yeah, but I was lucky enough though for her to be able to impart the knowledge. So yeah, I'm there. I think I might be the one now who's gonna do the clan bars, whenever there's something, because yeah, but I just need to recite because I was also it's very deep, and and this is where I got an appreciation of my birth name, oh my god, it's such a powerful name, so this is a time also where you discover lost knowledge. And then somebody did ask, I think on Moya podcast, would this be a perfect time for um communicating with my ancestors? Absolutely, absolutely, so this is a time where I know I recall December boss, but yeah, also please do take care of your spirit. Yeah, take care of yourselves as well, and then another thing I wanted to touch on, so we touched on, and then Lodestone, we touched a little bit on it. So Lodestone is basically like a magnet. It's magnetic, and then key stuff that you'd see now being held by a principal in Arona. But this is also another grounding thing. This is another thing that provides a neutrality and balance, but also psychic protection, as much as Agate so protect the psychic, because also this is another opportune time because now to be attacked in the mental faculties. Oh yeah, what I think now I lost my train of thought anyway. Again, but yeah, so protection and enhancing the mental faculties tsa the principal ena. And then we did speak on the Neroli, how it comes from, it's a citrusy kind of smell, but it comes from the white plant. We spoke about another thing that I don't know if I touched on, the pomegranate. So remember, we have plants or trees that are related to a season. So pomegranate, you see in ancient times as well, maybe go to tomb drawings or whatever it is, but some ancients would be buried the pomegranate, so that to help also transitioning yabona into the afterlife. So everything does tie in nicely together, right? And remember, Tehuti wa rona, as much as oteng prevalent now on the physical, but also now go afterlife. Yeah, now Ole, remember the guy who's got the Ibis head and is gonna judge you whether you are gonna reincarnate or you're gonna go to paradise. Stolen text. You're gonna go to paradise, be with Asa or Osiris or Mutimuntate, the Green God, or Utohutela mission not complete, or you're gonna be swallowed absolute destruction. You can't join anybody, or whatever it is, whatever decision that Djehuti would make from there. But yeah, guys, I hope I did cover everything that I had got Tehuti. We spoke about the Akashic Records, Akashic Record Keeper, and Akashic means that which holds all. So all thoughts, all knowledge, all things, all deeds that you have done personally, all deeds that we've collectively done, the history of the planet, the universe. So Tehuti is the Akashic Record Keeper, the keeper of all this knowledge. Lee's soul's journey, which also now plays an effect when now your heart is weighed against the feather, or the scale of Ma'at. Oh yes, the Yin-Yang effect and the balance, how Ma'at, yeah, this is where I was at. Ma'at would balance. Ma'at, remember, the truth, justice, balance. So also see how it relates here again, right? And I spoke how co-creation, as much as a Tehuti wa rona was the architecture, but Ma'at ibile personification, because it ile 42 laws of Ma'at, and how it attends different parts, different chakra points of our being. And yeah, this is all I have for Tehuti. I hope I did cover everything. We spoke the principle resonant, principal resonance, the function is communication, and how Tehuti, Gigodia, mathematics, the art, spoken word. So please do thrive. And also, lovely, thank you so much for sharing your stories with me. A friend of mine, dear friend of mine, who's always here on the platform, actually. So Kate was sharing how, oh my gosh, the love of her life was actually my art. So this calendar, yaphila, guys, so it's not just do it, whatever it is. This is literally now we are fetching this ancient knowledge so that we can be able to remember, put the pieces of ourselves together. So she shared that. She also shared how she got so sick she couldn't eat anything, but the only thing that sort of resonated to her was pomegranate. And then what also, yeah, but also she's a my friend speaks a lot, and there's also another Agate who shared Horio. She's got two sons, and her son cannot stop speaking, but that is them also making this principle alive. And I shared Kateb Zangwana as well, how Bonaba another baboon, but also she's also a speaker here, and also her intelligence is something else, and she's also in the spheres of creating and all of that. And remember also Lilo Nabo Life Path number 3, please do thrive in the season. This is your time. Also, Gogo Matabo Mabatu, her parents, I'm sure not sure which name to use. Matabo Mabatu also shared how because she's a writer, she writes beautifully. She's a writer, she's a reader. I guess the writers are readers, but she also writes poetry, and now she's delving into like the Sesotho and the indigenous poetry space. So she was saying, you know what, Gogo, I'm noticing Vele a lot right now. Kiboma, spoken word, it's a whole lot of poetry that's happening around me. Also, Ketegile, our yoga goddess, was also sharing all of that with me as well. Oh my God, her people in her cipher spaces were also saying, yo, goddess, when are you coming? When are you coming? Because right now, that's the cipher, that's the poetry sessions, and all of that. But I hope we covered everything at Tehuti, and it's going to be a beautiful resonance. So be careful. Please do take care of yourselves for the season. KaSizulu, ho tweet December, kizibandlela, which basically means ignore the path, like stay away from the roads, But we know because Resali in misalignment, and I think Gregorian year has been very hard, has been very taxing, and lebatlonka downtime. But so which is why I'm gonna be taking downtime Lelona as well a little bit. And Ankan Ma'at, happy today to Mongodi, to spoken word, to Mmuelli, to Mlobikazi, Dua Tehuti, Dua Djehuti, Dua thought, Dua God of spoken words, God of written word. And this is what I call upon now in regular life whenever I'm doing like my spells or affirmations and whatnot to enhance that, even though ile out of season. But that is all I have. Uncle Ma'at, and happy today. Thank you so much for making it so far with us, especially those who are here at the end. Uncle Ma'at, thank you so much for the love. Please do like, please do subscribe, please do comment, please do share. And we out. Happy third season. See you Harkenako season number 4. Out.